Welcome to the D-Shift podcast, where we provide inspiration, motivation, and education to help you transition from the challenges of divorce to discover the freedom and ability to live life on your own terms. Are you ready? Let's get this shift started. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the D-Shift podcast. And today we are going to be talking all about burnout and energy depletion and how we can turn that around so that you can really enjoy life and really be able to do the things you want. So I have an expert with me today, Dr. Lan Lu. She is a vitality and high performance expert. She works with elite athletes, high performing professionals, health conscious individuals, and even business leaders to really bring this energy level up in their life. So Dr. Lan, welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'm so honored to be here.
Well, we're very happy to have you because this whole idea of burnout, whether it's, you can get burnt out even if you're not a high performance athlete or a CEO of a company, right?
I was going to say, let's clearly define burnout. Today, babies are burned out too, because if the mother is so stressed, right, carrying the baby, how many kids? They are burned out because they live in an environment. The teacher is burned out. Parents are burned out. Guess what? They are in that burnout soup. Yeah. That's all they learn, right? So really, what I love to do is even sharing our my tips. It's something that you can share with your family and your kids, right? Have a better understanding of what they are going through, right?
Yes. Oh, I love that. And we'll definitely get into that. Before we start talking about these tips, can you tell us a little bit about why this is your area of focus in your work?
Yes. So I've been just going through school, getting my master's, and then getting a job. And then my job was in high-tech industry for 30 years. And then at that time, there was almost no woman there. So I literally worked 60, 70 hours a week until really out of those 30 years, 26 years, I'm on antibiotics. I am burned out, but you are still supposed to perform.
Sure.
So after I got a warning from my doctor, said, you are on the heaviest antibiotic for so long. If something goes wrong, there's nothing we can give it to you. That was the turning point. I would say even divorce is a wake-up point for you to pause and think. You have to make the decision. The trend is not looking nice. Do you choose to pause and then take different actions? That's what happened to me when I was 49. And then I am glad to tell you, for the last 20 years, actually 18 years, I haven't need to see the doctor. I'm not on any drugs. I try to do everything as natural as I can, but I respect all the Western medicine because it has its emergency, it has its place. But there are so many things we can do naturally that will help us to stay healthy and vital. So that's what I would love to share some of the experience with all of you.
Yes. And, that's so important. And it's so typical now. I'm 62 and I went in to get my eyes checked. And the first thing they asked me is, what medications are you on? And I said, none. And the lady goes, no, seriously, what medications are you on? And they couldn't believe it. So I'm like you. I try to focus on sleep, exercise, and nutrition and really bringing health into my life. So let's talk about some of the tips that you have, Dr. Lan.
Yeah. So it's great that you talk about all those tips that you are trying to do, which you get enough education, lifestyle change, right? That can help a lot. But I really want to get to a lot of issues on the emotional burnout, the emotional unprocessed emotion. So much leak in your energy field. And also with divorce, that's also another big unprocessed emotion. I will tell you my own experience when I have the divorce. I literally took 3 years to feel comfortable to tell people I'm divorced. because I feel like when I tell people I'm a failure. But really, we have to reframe divorce, right? Because divorce is two people met a long time ago, right? Each grow at a different pace, right? So of course, after a while, that sometimes you're at a different space, right?
Sure.
So there is no forever, relationship but I see it, a relationship have perfect beginning and perfect ending. So don't look at this as a failure, but look at it's a gift for you to start another journey of your life. Especially a lot of women, you just give yourself, besides having a job, taking care of everybody. Where is you, right? This person. So you want to see divorce actually is another new opportunity for you to take care of yourself, to discover everything what you want, right? So that way, it really kind of help reframe that it's not a failure. That's what happened to me. Yeah. And then, so I want to kind of talk about energy, right? We want to have a different understanding what's about energy. Think about if we are a car, like a race car, okay? In the old days, we're not a race car. But today, based on technology and everything, I see even kids, everybody is a race car because your life is like a racetrack. You have no choice. Then what happens is you really need to, if you were born 30 years ago, you may not need the diligence to consciously drive your race car. But today, if you don't learn how to consciously make the choice how you drive, you're going to get a crash. If you don't, other people are crashing to you. So this is why I'm just saying, this is a concept that I was given, right?
Yeah.
So then I want to say, if you are a race car, if we are a body, it's like your race car. Everything runs on energy. If your fuel tank, guess what, is leaking, depleted, can you expect your performance in your life going to be like a race car? Fundamentally, you can't deliver. You are just dragging your feet, right?
Right.
Survive one day at a time. So we want to start thinking about everything is energy. Your thoughts, it takes energy, right? Your digestion takes energy. When you are not happy, that started another program. That's an energy leak. So how many emotions you think of us since we were born? It's unprocessed. It's still there. It still bugs us until we choose to have peaceful closure. Then there are all leaks in your fuel tank, right? So we have to address what's happening with the emotions, right? That's the emotion is leaking a lot of energy. And then the other way is, how am I going to get more energy into my fuel tank, right? And most of us are just thinking food is the only one, right? But if you are doing some of the activity, moving, dancing, singing, some of the activity, it actually resonates, it actually brings more high frequency in your field, right? And then a lot of times people are not moving enough, right? Because we're always on the computer. If you think about this thing just sits here and sits here and sits here, it sits here, there's no energy can come in because then you have more sediment around, right?
Right.
So really the lifestyle piece of that, right? You really want to be doing a lot of these kind of things to bring energy into your field, right? But of course, in the quantum, there are other ways. How do you access high frequency from other parts of the Mother Earth without traveling there? That's also one of the work that I do, right? And fuel yourself with enough life force and stop the leakage, and then learn how to manage your precious energy, right? Because I also want to explain. So whatever energy we have, our body is designed to survive. So that means it's going to divide all the crazy tasks to keep each organ, each cell alive, right? So if you have such bad leaks, you hardly have any, right, left to restore and repair all of your system. That's why people age. That's why people get sick, because the system is barely have enough to function, but it didn't get to regenerate. So think about, you were born given a new race car. Look at your race car right now. It's all junky car because you didn't take time, right? But the thing is, like, based on my own experience, if you make the changes, your body, right, is going to start rebuilding itself. So I just want us to have this kind of basic principle.
Yeah.
So then we can operate from there, right? Okay.
That makes a lot of sense. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just a lot of time, because I always love to explain science. A 5-year-old can understand, right? You have a fuel tank. Are you leaking? You are giving all the energy, taking care of people. Who do you think are you going to be able to stay healthy and then take care of people? No, sorry. You have to be a little selfish, right? Just like in the airplane. So to us, we need to have this better understanding of thoughts, all of these stuff. I actually think every ounce of my energy is costing an ounce, like an ounce of gold. So I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to choose how to use it. That's all. Yeah.
So,
and then,
so I may be interrupting your train of thought here, but
no problem. No.
It's sometimes it's so hard, I think, particularly for women, because kind of from little kids, we're supposed to be helping everybody. We're supposed to be taking care of everybody. We're supposed to be maintaining the house and having a job and taking care of the kids. And it's hard for a lot of women, I think, more than men, but not all men, but more than most men, I think, to say, nope, I had enough. I need to spend some time just re-energizing myself, getting into that higher vibration. Like, they just don't think about that. Do you find that?
Yeah. Yes, and absolutely true. This is why we're going to talk about how our car is running, right? Because our car is all running by all the program, all the thoughts. You know, most of our thoughts is not our thoughts, and it's not beneficial thoughts. And then in our energy field, like in our car, we carry everyone else's burden, their frustration, because there is no wall, right? So that's why. But then now, when divorce or sickness or anything like that, there is a call to you to start thinking about that. Can you keep running like this? Can you guarantee you keep running like this, you will still be healthy and alive? No. So we need to start letting go all of these. And then also, like, connecting with your soul and the right community. The people start practicing it. I am first. I practice everything, love everything I want. I practice on myself, right? And there's a funny Chinese saying. It says, if you are a Buddha made of mud, you can't even cross the river.
I never heard that, but that's amazing. Yeah.
You are the one. You have to take care of yourself first. So you can be this light for a long time. And then the thing I want to tell you, this is what I say. You are carrying a lot of people. They are all God's children. They have God wisdom and they have God abilities, but they are not doing their part, learning how to fish. So you've been carrying them at the expense of yourself. So your job is setting the boundary, guiding them to get into how to fish, right? So then the whole world is, I would love to see no manipulation, no codependency, right? And each soul is really taking care of them first. And then they have enough. They come together, they share, co-create more beautiful love and activity, and then try to help the one who can't. So it is actually a necessity to take care of yourself and not. So I also actually say something to myself. If I don't teach my daughter to be independent on her own, I'm depriving her opportunity to learn and grow, because I won't be there forever for her.
Right.
So I think with these two concepts, that can help women make a better decision for themselves.
Yeah, and I think so. I hear a lot of parents now who have adult children and they're still doing mom stuff for their adult kids. And I'm thinking, if you've got a 30 or 40-year-old son or
Yeah.
daughter that needs you to come over and help them rearrange
Yeah.
their house or do their laundry or what, that's your problem, not their problem. You need to start saying no.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then use the energy to take care of yourself, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Where else do you see kind of those energy drains that you were talking about, Dr. Lan?
so so the biggest drain is emotional drain, like
Right.
I said, right? And then also a lot of time when we actually suppress emotion, we're trying to hide emotion. We
Sure.
don't process it, right? So then they are all kind of like filling up your frustration tank, right? You're trying to say, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. And then all of them, they try to pop up. And then you try to waste more energy, push them down. It's no good, right? So
Right.
that's another drain. So we need to honor all emotions. And then we need to just process it. But we have faster way to process this. We don't have to remember everything, because if we work from our God consciousness, I can call out all of them. And you just have to say very simple, any energy, any emotion that is still in my field, I honor you, I appreciate you, but now it's time for you to go. Because we are trained to carry everything.
Right.
So you choose to let it go. And that's just another way of start unloading your car of heavy load. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is kind of also, you're trying to, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see this. I don't want to process this. Guess what? I have one saying, all these things you don't want to see it, you don't want to deal with it, you try to use this to push back, it's going to follow you through lifetimes. So you might as well not to fight it, embrace it, saying thank you, but I know it's not mine to carry it anymore. Let it go. Then you have so much energy, right?
Yeah. This makes so much sense. Honestly, it really does. And I the way that you're explaining it is so clear and easy to see. Yeah.
Yeah, suppose the kids should understand that and practice. And the other things we want to talk about, energy vampire, right? And then a lot of time, I actually want to encourage people. It's really funny. A lot of leaders, you have good business practice, but at home, you think, I don't have control of all the relationship. No, at work is people and you doesn't work together. You have a process, right? Getting clear with the issues we have, what step we are going to do to resolve this issue. If not, they need to move on, right?
Yeah.
Do you fire people from your, like kids or whatever, right? Or no, on your friends, right? But if these things you say, I cannot deal with it, you avoid it, then these keep on creating leaks. And then they are also sucking your energy, right? That's why the energy vampire, it is really kind of a true, right?
Right.
You just have to have the conversation, set your boundaries, right? And then if you want to continue to have close relationship, you work at it. If it doesn't work, you let the person go. You do not let them come and then take your energy. Same thing with friends, right? As you keep moving, you should have different friends that elevate you, right? So when the energy together will resonate, 1 + 1 = 3 or 5, instead of 1 + 1 equals like -2, right? And then that's what it's simple, but we are the one have to choose to be aware. choose to honor how we feel. If it doesn't make us happy, we're not talking about like being lavish or whatever, or being selfish. But these are my feeling. Honor your feeling. Understand why. And then learning to deal with it, to speak up for yourself. Because the longer you wait, I have to say this, I always say this, you know, when couples or people are not happy together, they are actually killing each other silently by energy. They are draining their energy. Sure. Versus have a conversation, deal with the issue. So you think if I really believe we have a lot of good work practice. We just don't think we can practice at home. We just have to take the courage and then speak all these with love for each other. Let's figure out how to make this interaction as a resonate experience for both of us.
Oh, that is a perfect way to wrap this up. And we have like 1 minute left. So Dr. Lan, you have shared so much. And this has been such a fascinating conversation about this whole idea of energy leaks and drains and energy vampires. Like I said, this really resonates with me. Now, you said that you have a gift for people. Is that correct?
Yes. I actually have a meditation that I do a lot of clearing, and then I actually bring high frequency energy, and it's evergreen. If you are interested, you can connect with me at Lan at Vitality-Alchemy. My website is vitality-alchemy.com. Yeah, perfect, and then they can connect with me. And then I love your show, and then look forward us having more conversation, sharing this gift, and then play. Life is a playground.
Yes, go out and have some fun. What a perfect way to wrap this up. I will make sure that all of Dr. Lan's information is in the show notes, so you can just go click on it and go directly to her website and her gift. Thank you so much for that. And Dr. Lan, again, thank you for sharing all your expertise.
It's a pleasure to be with you and your amazing audience, where their life, the most amazing part of it, their life is still ahead, right?
Exactly. Yes. And that's a perfect way to wrap this up. Thank you all for listening in to this episode of The D Shift, and don't forget to tune in to the next one. Thanks for listening and supporting the D Shift podcast. If you would like to attend live trainings by our amazing guests and have a chance to ask questions and get answers from our experts, join the D Shift crew. For more details and to sign up, head on over to www.divorcecoachforwomen and click on the podcast page.